Before we begin, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you think about trust, technology, and your everyday decisions. Right now, at this very moment, you are trusting artificial intelligence without even realizing it. Every time your phone suggests the next word you type, every time an app recommends something you might like, every time a system makes a decision for you in the background, you are placing trust in something you can't see, can't fully understand, and probably never questioned. And the most surprising part is, it's already shaping your life more than you think. Think about how many decisions you make in a single day. Now think about how many of those decisions are actually influenced by something else. When you open an app and see a suggestion, it feels like a convenience. When you follow a recommended route, it feels like efficiency. When you watch the next video that autoplay picks for you, it feels natural. But behind all of those moments is a system quietly guiding you, learning from you, and subtly steering your behavior. Artificial intelligence has become so deeply integrated into our daily routines that it has effectively disappeared into the background. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for permission in a way that feels meaningful. It simply exists, constantly observing, analyzing, and predicting. Let's start with something simple: your keyboard. When you type a message and your phone predicts the next word, that's AI. It has learned from billions of sentences, from patterns in language, and from your own typing habits. Over time, it adapts to your tone, your style, even your slang. And without thinking about it, you begin to rely on it. You accept its suggestions, sometimes without even noticing. Now multiply that experience across every app you use. Social platforms analyze your behavior to decide what you see. Shopping apps predict what you might want to buy. Streaming services recommend what you should watch next. Navigation systems choose the route you take. In each case, you are trusting the system to make a good decision for you. But here's the key question: why do you trust it? Part of the answer is convenience. AI makes things faster, easier, and more personalized. It reduces the effort required to make decisions. Instead of searching through hundreds of options, you're given a curated selection. Instead of thinking about every step, you're guided through the process. Another reason is consistency. When AI systems work well, they create a sense of reliability. You start to believe that the system knows what it's doing, and over time, that belief turns into trust. But there's also something deeper happening. As humans, we are wired to look for patterns and to rely on systems that appear to work. When something repeatedly gives us good results, we begin to trust it automatically. We stop questioning it, we stop noticing it, and that's where things get interesting. Because the more you trust AI, the more influence it has over your decisions. And the more influence it has, the more it shapes your behavior. It's a feedback loop that grows stronger over time. For example, imagine you're browsing a video platform. The system recommends a video based on your past behavior. You click on it because it looks interesting. The system then learns from that click and refines its understanding of your preferences. The next recommendation is even more accurate, and so on. Over time, your experience becomes highly personalized, but also increasingly narrow. You might think you're exploring freely, but in reality, you're being guided down a path that was predicted for you. Now, let's take a step further. AI doesn't just respond to your behavior. It can anticipate it. It can predict what you're likely to do before you do it. This is based on patterns observed across millions of users. If enough people behave in a certain way under certain conditions, the system can use that information to make predictions about you. This predictive power is incredibly useful, but it also raises important questions. If a system can predict your behavior, can it also influence it? And if it can influence it, where is the line between assistance and control? These are not just theoretical questions. They are happening right now in the apps you use every day. Consider online shopping. When you browse products, the order in which they are displayed is not random. It is optimized based on what the system believes you are most likely to buy. This includes factors like your past purchases, your browsing history, and even how long you spend looking at certain items. In some cases, pricing can also be dynamic. The system might adjust prices based on demand, availability, or your perceived willingness to pay. This means that two people could see different prices for the same product at the same time. Now, think about navigation apps. When you follow a suggested route, you are trusting the system to get you to your destination efficiently, and most of the time, it does. But the route is not just based on distance. It's based on traffic patterns, user data, and predictive modeling. In other words, the system is making a decision for you, and you are accepting it without question. Halfway through the video, if this is making you rethink how much trust you place in technology every day, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next, because it only gets more interesting from here. Let's go deeper into something most people don't consider: the goals behind these AI systems. Not all AI is designed with your best interests as the primary objective. Many systems are optimized for engagement, retention, or revenue. That means their goal is to keep you using the app, clicking on content, or making purchases. This doesn't necessarily mean they are harmful, but it does mean that their priorities might not always align with yours. For example, a system might recommend content that is highly engaging, even if it's not particularly informative or beneficial. It might prioritize posts that generate strong emotional reactions because those are more likely to keep you scrolling. Over time, this can shape not just what you see, but how you think and feel. Another important aspect is data. AI systems rely on data to function. The more data they have, the better they can perform. This includes data about your behavior, your preferences, your interactions, and sometimes even your location or environment. This data is used to build models that represent who you are as a user. These models are constantly updated as new data comes in. They become more accurate, more detailed, and more influential over time. And here's the part that often goes unnoticed. You are contributing to this process continuously. Every click, every swipe, every pause is a data point. And all of those data points are used to refine the system. So in a way, you are helping to train the AI that you are also trusting. Let's talk about automation. As AI becomes more advanced, it is taking on more responsibility. Tasks that used to require human decision-making are now being handled by algorithms. This can be incredibly beneficial. It can save time, reduce errors, and improve efficiency. But it also means that you are delegating more control to systems that you may not fully understand. Think about things like spam filters, recommendation engines, or even financial tools. These systems make decisions on your behalf, and most of the time, you don't even notice. Now imagine how this trend might continue in the future. AI systems could manage your schedule, handle your finances, and make decisions about your daily life. They could become deeply integrated into how you live. At that point, trust becomes even more important. So how do you navigate this world? The first step is awareness. Simply recognizing that AI is present and influential is a powerful shift. It allows you to be more conscious of your interactions and your decisions. The second step is questioning. When a system makes a suggestion, take a moment to think about why. What data might it be using? What goal might it be optimizing for? This doesn't mean you have to reject AI. It just means you use it more intentionally. Because the reality is, AI is not going away. It will continue to evolve, to integrate, and to shape our lives in new ways. The question is not whether you will use it, but how you will relate to it. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one moment where you realized that AI was influencing your decisions without you noticing it at first? Your perspective might surprise someone else reading it. As we come to the end of this video, remember this: trust is powerful. It can make your life easier, more efficient, and more connected. But it should also be intentional. The more you understand what you're trusting, the more control you have over your own decisions. If you found this video valuable and it made you think in a new way, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.